Hi, I'm Bob. In the previous video, we have learned how a consumer maximizes her utility by spending her income on two goods. The optimal consumption choice is where the indifference curve is tangent to the budget constraint. We know that the budget line shifts with the change in income or the prices of the goods. The shift of the budget constraint affects the optimal consumption choice because the point where the budget line and the indifference curve are tangent to each other will change. Today, we will explore how income changes influence the consumer's optimal bundles of goods. I use the same example. The consumer's income is $100 per day. The price of noodles is $5 per bowl, and the price of ice cream is $2 per cone. The initial optimal consumption combination of noodles and ice cream is point A. Suppose the consumer's income increases to $120 per day. Now she can afford 24 bowls if she spends all her income on noodles. She can buy 60 ice cream cones if she does not purchase any noodles. So the budget line shifts to the right, as shown in the graph. Notice that the slope of the budget line does not change because the relative price remains unchanged. The initial optimal consumption choice is no longer optimal because we can reach a higher indifference curve at point B with the new budget constraint. At the new optimal consumption choice B, the new indifference curve and the new budget line are tangent to each other. The graph shows that the quantity of both noodles and ice cream cones increase. The quantity demanded and the income move in the same direction, holding other factors constant. Such goods are called normal goods. In our example, both ice cream and noodles are normal goods because, assuming that the prices of both goods are constant and the consumer's tastes is also fixed, then the demands for both goods increase as income increases. Most goods in our daily lives are normal goods. We are willing to purchase more and consume more normal goods as we become richer. But it is possible that the demand for a good falls when the income increases. If the demand for a good and the income move in opposite directions, while holding other factors constant, then the good is called an inferior good. As the graph shows, instant noodles are inferior goods. As income increases, the budget line shifts to the right. The new optimal consumption bundle moves from point A to point B. The noodles quantity demanded decreases. People are more likely to eat steaks and less likely to eat instant noodles as they become richer. Whether the good is a normal good or an inferior good depends on the preferences of consumers. An inferior good for some people could be a normal good for others. Instant noodles may be an inferior good for many people. However, if you really like instant noodles very much, or the quality of the instant noodles is so high that you would like to enjoy them more when you have more income, then they are a normal good for you. It also relies on what other goods you have access to. If the two goods you have to consume are instant noodles and potatoes, then instant noodles are less likely to become an inferior good because you may dislike both. When you become richer, you still have to choose between the two goods, and you probably consume more of both. In our example, the other good available is steak. Most people prefer steaks over instant noodles overwhelmingly. So they consume fewer instant noodles but much more steaks as income increases. Whether the good is a normal good or an inferior good is also related to how wealthy the consumer is. When income is extremely low, or the better good, steaks in our example, is extremely expensive, the consumer has to eat instant noodles to survive at first. As her income rises later, she switches to super steaks and consume fewer instant noodles. Some goods must be normal. It is impossible for all goods to be inferior. It makes no sense that you purchase less of both goods as your income increases. Recall that the normal goods have a positive income elasticity of demand, and the inferior goods have a negative income elasticity of demand. What we have learned today is consistent with the income elasticities of demand we learned a couple of days ago at Introductory Microeconomics 25. Finally, let me introduce the angle curve. The angle curve shows the relationship between the quantity demanded of a good and income, holding other factors constant. Usually, the angle curve is over-sloping, meaning that the quantity demanded increases as income increases. For the inferior goods, the angle curve is over-sloping at first, and then it is backward bending as income rises further. I draw the angle curve for instant noodles. Income is on the vertical axis, and the quantity demanded for instant noodles is on the horizontal axis. Points E1, E2, and E3 on the angle curve correspond to points A, B, and C on the budget and indifference curves. Thank you for watching this video and subscribing to my YouTube channel. See you next time.